Hey guys, so today's video is all about sensory bins. Sensory bins are something I've been using for my kids since my second born son. My daughter, when we started homeschooling her, she was about 4 years old, and I really didn't know much about sensory bins until I had a toddler come along and I needed to distract him during school and have him do something age appropriate, developmentally appropriate, and still engaging. So I suppose that we've been doing sensory bins for about 6 years. What I've found with sensory bins is that the more simple, the better, as far as keeping them excited instead of overwhelming them with way too many options in the bin. So today I'm going to be sharing 3 easy fall sensory bins with you guys, and I would love to know what kinds of items you guys put in your Before we get started with that, I wanted to mention that today's video is sponsored by Kid Wonder, which is a monthly subscription box for kids ages 3 to 6 years old. I'm gonna do a little unboxing here with Eli and let him do some of the projects. So first things first, I have a 20% discount code to share with you that is going to be in the description box below. We chose the Wilderness Explorer box, so it came with 5 activities that were geared toward wilderness and camping, and Eli absolutely loved this. What I love about this is that the activities are not just crafts, they're very, very hands-on. So kit 1 is dressed like a wilderness explorer, and then the other kits involve going on scavenger hunts, making Play-Doh, painting, like big time activities for my 4-year-old, and that was really, really fun. I can see this stretching over the course of a week or 2 and being able to theme an entire homeschool unit around this. Everything you need for each activity comes in its own individual bag, including things like mess mats and crayons, so you really need nothing besides what comes in the box. And what I really like is that it gives you the messiness, difficulty, and time involved at the bottom of each bag, so you can make a choice as far as which project to start based on the amount of time and resources that you have to give in that moment. So on this particular day, Eli chose kit number 1, which is dressed like a wilderness explorer. So in this kit, he made a backpack, a compass watch, and binoculars. And he was really excited about this. He loved this. He earned his first badge for this kit. But I will tell you, he is most excited for kit number 5, which is making s'mores out of powdered sugar and icing. So I think that if you get this box, it's probably going to be the biggest hit. So thank you, Kid Wonder, for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out that discount code below for 20% off. Okay, let's get into the sensory bins now. So the first sensory bin theme I have for you here is an apple orchard theme. Now, like I said, I like to keep things very simple as far as sensory bins go, especially since my daughter is just a toddler. I think as you get more into the preschool ages, it's fun to add additional projects or ideas. But for the little ones, I like to keep things simple, and then as I sit there and do things with her, I can encourage her to line things up by size or color. But I feel sometimes that just too many things makes it less enticing for little ones. So for this one, I used colored pasta, which you can just take a little rubbing alcohol and food coloring to dye pasta, and it really, really gives it a bright color. And then I also created little fence posts out of popsicle sticks. I created two. There are two colors in this bin, the green and the red, so I thought that she might be able to sort the apples by color. I also added a little metal bucket. This came from Michaels. And then this little apple orchard basket was actually in the fall section. This came from Michaels as well. I added these little puzzles from Teachers Pay Teachers. I just laminated them and threw those in case my 4-year-old decided to do this with her, which he does very often. The next bin I have to show you is technically a Halloween themed bin, which I know not everybody does Halloween in their home, but I wanted to show you this because I just think the combination of the black beans and the neon colors makes this a really different and interesting sensory bin for kids. So whether or not you do Halloween in your house, black beans and super bright pipe cleaners would probably make for an extra fun sensory bin. Now, at this stage in parenting, I'm not a huge fan of rice in the sensory bins. It just ends up everywhere for my kids' ages right now. So black beans is about as small as I will go as far as sensory bins go. So I started with some black beans in this bin, and then I just added some pipe cleaners that I wrapped around a pencil. Actually, Isabella wrapped around a pencil. She put this one together for me. Little pom-pom balls, and then just these little pumpkin stickers. Now I saw this one done as well with those little miniature trick-or-treat buckets for sorting, but for my daughter, I think that just playing with these little pipe cleaner corkscrews and the little pom-pom balls will be just enough for her. I'll also put a link below to some of our favorite sensory bin tools, like these little learning resources tweezers here. The last bin I have to show you is a harvest theme. This one's a no-brainer. I've seen these all over Pinterest for the fall, but I wanted to keep it very, very simple because there are so many options for harvest themes, but again, I just think that a mixture of some textures, colors, and different shapes and sizes is just enough for a toddler or a young preschooler. So for this one, I used pinto beans. Now, I think that corn would be really, really fun for this, corn kernels, but those are just a little bit too small for what I'm going for right now. So I used pinto beans. They're heavier than the black beans, and they're obviously a different shape and size than the pasta. So this was just a fun additional filling for a sensory bin. Then I just added some of these pumpkins and gourds. These also came from Michaels. Remember, you can use 40% off coupons all day, every day at Michaels. So all of these items were very inexpensive. I put in some fake leaves just for another texture. Those would be fun to bury and let her dig out and just to add contrast to the bin. And then I found these little wooden pumpkin, technically they're stickers. I love the neutral colors. It kind of went with the whole harvest theme that I was going for, but when I peeled them off and I realized that they were stickers, the backing is pretty strong. So I decided instead of putting plastic or covering up that backing to leave it as long as it'll last and allow her to just stick the beans or the leaves to them and just give another texture. Again, just anything to get her little mind going instead of telling her exactly how to play. So I thought that'd be cool to add another texture and another element to the sensory bin. I hope that gave you guys some ideas for some harvest and fall themed sensory bins. I will be back in a couple of months with another sensory bins video for winter and the holidays. I'm really excited about these. I don't know why I've never thought to share these before on YouTube because these are things that we've used for a long, long time. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite sensory bin fillers are, what some of your favorite tools are to use. Most often we just use like spoons and measuring cups from our kitchen. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and I will see you guys soon.